I like that, Ray. I like that.
That's awesome. Good to see you all. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Let's just make sure I spotlight myself and also Robert in the room. It's good to have so many people popping in as always. Lots to update. And where do we start? I mean,
I got a place to start.
Yeah,
because you know what, we've been at this for over a year, just doing the live Q&As, right?
Yeah.
And why did we start doing the live Q&As? We got together and we said, you know what, we're going to be different. We are, Stephen and myself, and I know most of you guys do the same thing. We're shiny object gurus. We bought all kinds of crap that didn't work. We never got really the support and stuff in doing things that we needed to do. So we said, you know what, we're gonna defy the way that you learn on the internet. In particular, what we're doing is website development, website building, and the real root and cause of the whole thing is mass page builders, right? Magic page plugin, but mass page builders are all over the place. They if you're not in mass page building, you're missing the boat, because it's sailing, and your competitors are going to be all over it. So what we said is we're going to do is we're going to become DFY Magic Themes, and that is the name of what we do, and it makes the fastest way to build a mass page niche website pre-done for you. I'm going to say 95 to 98% out of the box. You're still going to tweak some things and add your locations and add your personal information, but we're giving you a mass page website built out of the box. So we're defying, and that's where the word defier or defiers, our group, we kind of picked up on that and just went with it, because we're defying how we want to help people. We don't want to run and hide. We want to come out and be on a live Zoom call every week, answer questions that got to be answered, fill in the blanks, remove the hurdles, fill in the potholes, whatever you want to say. It's all these things that are constantly coming up. Technology is not going to stop. The internet is not going to stop. And if we don't get on board and we don't help people go from ground zero, and we don't care when you join, we are always, and that's more me than Stephen. I'm the devil's advocate to remember the pain, the frustration of not having an answer that I needed. And you know, the coaching programs that I purchased that I just, they just didn't answer. They just didn't give me that push I needed, that little bit of help, that makes the difference of why their program should work. It's not about the sale. It's about the support. And when we did our first webinars, we said our support is going to be worth 10 to 100 times more than anything that we are ever going to offer for sale. And to this day, it's still the same. We talk about it a lot. We spend a lot of time on our day doing personalized Zoom calls. Why? Because we're defiers. Should we do it? Is it filling our pockets with money? No, it's helping you guys. And that's why we do it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I'm trying to reach out for Stephen on a question. He's on a Zoom call, but it's okay. I get it. And I want to be the same way. And this is what makes the difference. This is why you become a defier. This is why you join the DFY inner circle. Because at the end of the day, it's how long is it going to take you to build a site if you don't have the answers you need? And if you need to get that help. Once you're in our program, you have our support. You have us on Fridays. It's just what's going to happen. And, I don't ask much of our group, but I've been through a lot in the last month with COVID, my brother's illness, all these things that are like, it's just a mental strain, to be honest. I've been up and down, back and forth, and I'm behind, but I'm catching up. And, we're getting back into to where we need to be and the things we're doing, but it's all about you guys. And, at the end of the day, Stephen and I are humans. We have feelings. We want to help. We want to do all these things. And there's certain times, you, you have to hear back from people. You have to have a little bit of support now and then that you're doing the right stuff. You're helping me. You're helping not me personally, but I'm talking to you as a person that, hey, you guys are doing the right thing. This is awesome. This really works. This I don't understand. I can't get this. This is just not working for me. And when we get that kind of feedback, it fills up our tank. It does for me, and I know it does the same thing for Steven. When he gets lit up, all he wants to do is go out and train more and do more. And sometimes you got to pull him back because he's training on 6 things at the same time, when we got to finish, focus, and get one done, complete, and then we're moving on to the next ones. We're busy, but it doesn't matter. You guys come first as far as supporting anybody that's a defier, anybody that's in our support system. And that's what we are here for. That's what a defier is. So when you see # defier or defiers, that's what that's about. It's defying the way that you get online and you learn stuff. Are we perfect? Well, Stephen is, but I'm not.
No, I'm not perfect, mate.
But
far. I wish I really, you if you talk to Donna, my partner, she'll
well,
say
I know what she's going to say.
I have to say, right, in my own experience, my family, Donna and the kids, are my backbone to keep me going, right? And Donna forever bring me back down to the level I need to be at to be sensible. And an interesting conversation came up with somebody the other day who I was talking to in another group, and they said, what happens if when the day comes when you've got lots of money in the bank, you're happy and comfortable, you're going to give up? I went, no, because I'm not going to give up on the defiers. They're our family. And you don't give up on family. You never give up on family. No. And yes, there's times when we're behind on stuff and we're so frustrated because we want to get stuff in there, right? Which is why, we will get themes into the system as soon as we possibly can. We're always trying to update the training. There's a lot to do, for myself and Robert, and we're always trying to look after you guys. But this is one big family, and if someone is falling behind and is struggling and going, oh my God, I can't cope with this, reach out to us. Even if it's down to, I had a message once from one of my customers about a year ago now, went, Steve, I really need to talk to you. He said, it's nothing to do with work. Okay, let's hop on. He was in tears. His wife, him and his wife had split up. He was worried about seeing his kids. His business was going down the pan. All sorts of things were going very bad for him. And I said to him, one thing I said, it may be bad now, but a couple of years' time, it'll be totally different for you. It'll be good. I said, so don't worry about whatever's going to happen is going to happen, right? But things are going to be okay. And back then, I gave him a bit of help with his business to reboost him back up. And his business took off again. His wife still left him, but relationships break up. That's what happens. But the good news was he stayed calm, and both him and his partner are still talking. He sees his kids. His business is doing brilliantly, and he's happy. And this is about a year and a half to probably coming up to 2 years now on. And and that's the thing with all of this, that if someone in our family, in the defiers, is struggling, we will reach out. We'll happily help you guys out, whether that's from something in your business to I'm just having a really crap day. I could do with someone, and there's no one else I can talk to. And that's what we do.
That goes back around to internet marketing in general is lonely. You're working at a computer, you're sitting at a desk. It's just a lonely thing to be in. And sometimes you have ideas, or again, it's getting stuck. It's that, how do I do something and I can't quite figure it out? Now, the whole reason why the DFY Magic program became what it is because of my level. I was at the tears. I was at the, I can't give up on this, but I don't know what else to do anymore. So what did I do? I hired a mentor. I hired someone to help me get past this stuff because I know it's got to work. And anyway, so the long story short is my frustrations became lots of money to go out to pay a mentor. Who was my mentor? Finally, Stephen. Stephen was the one that really was able to say to me, you do it this way, it does this, it does that, and it gelled. Up to that point, all I did was buy more stuff to try to figure out why it wasn't working. Following the noise is what I call it, because there's so much noise online, and I couldn't get going. And I knew mass page was the way to go. So at the end of the day, we got together, and I said, when we finished our first site and our sessions of where we were going, I said, no, there's no way in heck. I don't want to swear, but I wanted to swear.
I knew you swore that day.
There's no way I'm going to do this for every site I got to build. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be like a replication system that's in place that, boom, you put in, what I've always said on the lives is I wanted the easy button. I wanted that one push button, like Office Depot used to have in their campaigns. They push the button and the stuff is delivered. I want to push the button and I want that site built. That's what I want. Can I have it that easy? No, I can't. But I can have it as close to that as I can possibly get. And we are so, like, we're there already with Done For You Magic Themes. It's simply, you're taking a pre-built mass page website that's already been built for you. Everything's been done, X fields, Spintax, everything's in there, except the details that makes it your website, not ours, right? So when you load in that theme and it's on your domain, you come back, add your personal data, do the rest of what needs to be done, and then you start doing the off page. Because, again, that's not part of ours. We're all on page except for your personal data, your locations, your company, your phone numbers, and then you tweak and go from there. But we did 98% of the work in the file that took you. We have a special guest on tonight on the Zoom call, and
I want to bring him up because I'm so excited, right? And you know what? Thanks to this person, and I talked to him earlier on today, he made me remember why we were doing this. I'd had a bad week myself on various things going wrong for whatever reason, and he just reminded me why we are ultimately doing this. I wrote it on my board. Why am I doing this? Help other people. That's the ultimate goal. So I'm going to add him to the spotlight. Hope he doesn't mind. I want you to all meet Ray. You can unmute yourself, my friend, so we can hear you. That's it.
What's up, you guys?
How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm doing great.
I'll tell you one, but just before you share tonight, I wanted to say to Robert mentioned potholes, right? In the UK, the council and the government have saved a fortune in potholes because the weather's been so hot, they've all melted and the road's gone flat. So
too bad.
But share with me, I know we were talking earlier, right? Share what you haven't been with us very long, a few days or if that, right? And I want you to share where you're at, right? Because I'm impressed with some of the stuff you've been doing already, my friend.
Now, you give me too much credit, Steve. Anyway, I've been watching you guys for a while, but anyway, I started talking to Steven because I got the mass page builder there, the magic plugin, and I was having problems using it. So I'm trying to find out who the heck can I get support from. I tried the people that sold me the product, but I couldn't get much out of them. So I found Steven. I thought he was the person actually that was part, so he started helping me out, and then come to find out a couple days ago, I think it was yesterday, Steve, actually, where we were talking and maybe it was 2 days ago.
About 2 days, yeah.
You were actually just, friends with these guys and helping them out. And you started your own thing, and this is what it's turned into. And so I fell in love with it. So what happened was, I joined this group. I got one of the themes, which was the plumber theme, because my whole goal was to build out lead gen sites, right? I wanted to make as many as possible and have this magic page plugin just blow people out of the water. So I got access to the plumber thing yesterday, and I've got 5 sites up already.
Holy smokes.
That's how easy
Yeah.
it is to put up the sites. But like Robert says, you still have to tweak the sites. I'm still working on the meta titles and the descriptions, and changing out, like, the page didn't come with the form fill on the top of the fold, so I'm putting in the form fills in there, and I'm changing it to the way I like a lead gen page to look. So with the help of these guys, I've been able to do that, and they've both been phenomenal and helping me doing this. So
So thank
Thank
you for that, Ray. But now, this is about you. This isn't about us, right? You had problems with the plugin, which
Yep.
we got you. We understand, and I'm going to tell you that 98% of the people that are in our community saying it's the same story. They just couldn't get going, or they found they wanted an easier way to do it, right? So that being said, I would like it, because other than your personal company information and phone numbers, your meta titles, your meta descriptions, and your on-page SEO is already set out of the box. If you don't know that,
I was very lucky today
with that today, and Stephen helped me with it because there was a little glitch.
Yeah, and I don't mind sharing with that, because there's plugins like SEO Quake, and I know you've got a different one, Ray, that when you went to check the on-page SEO, it wasn't coming up right. Okay, and this is a golden gem that I don't mind sharing with the free group and everyone, right? If you're working on a website and there's an issue where you've changed something and it's not right, or it's not changing, check if you've got a cache plugin on the site. Some hosts include caching in the back end of their hosting service. Clear the cache on the site first. Second step, right, is to get a different browser. So I have Firefox installed on my machine. Firefox is set up where in the background to say every time I close Firefox, it clears all the cookies or the cache. And then the last thing I have on my Firefox one is the SEO Quake plugin extension. And it means then all those together, if that still doesn't change, then it's something to do with your ISP caching the sites locally. And the last thing you want to do is actually go and make sure that you reboot your router. Magic Page plugin in the settings has a cache option as well. Make sure that's turned off, and just go and check the site. And in the end, as you found, up it came fine, didn't it?
Yeah, but what did we do? It wasn't none of that. What it was the slug. I had to change the slug to get the meta the URL string right.
Well, I differ. I don't necessarily. I mean, the URL was a separate thing, and that wouldn't, because when you went to look on your SEO extension, right, it was coming up wrong. Now, when you sent me that image, there was a square bracket on the page, right? Now, that's one of two things: either the central location isn't set up right, and people who don't understand Magic Page plugin will not know what the central location is, and that's cool. All right. So either that wasn't quite set right, or they're saying caching it, because when you view the front page, if you can see an X field on the front page, something hasn't loaded right. Yeah.
Correct,
and in
correct.
turn, any SEO plugins will see the same across it. So it wasn't the slug really changing the slug or making it different or whatever doesn't actually change that issue if there's something else wrong in the background. And when I went in, I actually went into the back end and hit delete spin text, as in the cache, when I logged in. So I think it could have been that as well. And I know there's a lot of new people watching this going, well, what's Magic Page plugin? It's just, basically if you build a single page, and you can then build multiple keyword times location pages off the back of that. That's the easiest way of describing it. And there's features in the background that can cause issues if you don't know where the buttons are to press. But the exciting thing is, right, and this is what I loved the most, was you were changing the page titles, you were redoing the URL slugs on them, you're going to the menu, updating that, doing some of your own tweaks, adding your own bits and pieces. And that, the thing is, the sites are already unique when you delete the spin text cache.
Exactly.
We've designed them so they can be installed hundreds or if not thousands of times. But then you've gone in and go, right, I'll tweak that bit. I'll make that a little bit different. I'll put that in there. Maybe I might change an image or two out myself. and this is exciting because, and I don't want, I know Robert's panicking right now for saying this, but
No.
but the thing is Ray, you are in a situation where you're more advanced on building websites and SEO stuff, and so, but the cool thing is, and this is what coming back to what I want to talk about, is you said you've got one of our themes, you've installed it 5 times, you followed the training without a problem, you've gone boom, 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 you got 5 installations in there, you're doing some tweaks, which is basically where we're at with that. And that is the exciting thing with it, is the fact that you found the training easy.
Yep, very easy.
Now, wait, I want to go back a minute. I want to go back a second. My rant in the beginning was about the fires. My rant in the beginning was about when you hit that roadblock. Ray, if you hit the roadblock on the first build, and I understand you're more an advanced guy, but for us, it doesn't matter whether you've been at this for 10 years, 5 years, or 5 minutes. We want to make sure that whatever the roadblock is, that's going to stop you, that we help you. And I'm sure, because you're more of an advanced web guy, right? That some of that training was like watching paint dry, right? In the beginning. And you were like, what the hell? What am I get myself into watching about how to buy a domain name? Well, you know what? There's certain things that we do that you may never have thought of. And even though it's about domain names or getting the DNS set up or all of those things that may be common to you, to the person that started out that had no clue, they needed that training. And we said from the beginning, I don't care if they're just coming out of high school and they've never touched a computer. We can't teach them the computer, but when they get into Done For You Magic Themes, they're going to build a website. And that's what we are going to continue to do. And to further my rant for the moment is Stephen exactly I didn't even know that happened with you guys, right? I'm Stephen and I are not attached at the hip, believe it or not. He's in the UK, I'm in Florida. We've
never met in person yet.
We're like 8,000 miles apart, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you needed support and you got support and weren't left waiting.
No,
that's the thing. And everybody knows in our group that we get back as soon as we can, but we are human. We're not superhuman. We do the best we can all the time. And when the calls, that's what's nice, Ray, is you got to experience our training. You got to experience the download. You got to experience, I turn in a support ticket and they answer me. Even if, because we've had issues here and there where people can't figure out how to get into the support ticket system, or it's technology. Things go down. Things are not always perfect. But when you have multiple ways, this is why we do Friday calls. If you have multiple ways, I can't get a support ticket through. How do I get a hold of you guys? Boom. If you put something in one of our groups, and we say, turn in a support ticket, and you say, well, I can't. Boom. We're on a call with you. We get it sorted. This is what it's all about. So the support side of this is, to me and to Stephen, is more important than the build, because it's not leaving you guys hanging when we can help you with support.
I agree with you on that, Robert. The thing is one thing, and I'm not sure if you remember me saying this to you, Robert, that we worked out that on your Robert and his team are brilliant at doing all the content. I'm more the techie side, and then between me and Robert, we get everything all brought together. And one thing I said to Robert from day one is, when the day comes when we stop looking after our customers, is the day we pack up.
Yeah. Because
there's no way. I hold my hand up. I bought enough stuff, training courses in the past on all sorts of things. And when you reach out to the vendor and you go, I don't understand this, and you get a response back, right? Either, well, you, for example, you're not asking the right question, or you're not following the training right, or or it's in your code. That's a common one. But what's that meant to mean? And we're very much, we say the processes are, if raise a support ticket in the system first. If you can't get to that, put a comment in the group with one of our names on. If you still don't get a response, send us a direct message on Facebook. Go, I'm stuck. I had someone today message me going, I can't find where the support desk is. And it came about he'd been with us for a little while and hadn't even logged into the members area. So I gave him the link. He said, what's my username? So I looked that up for it. You know, there's a bunch of things we do to make sure you can get to where you need to be. And it's the same in any part of your business. And if this is just a small stepping stone of going, I can now build a math page. I can look at, like Ray's done, I can look at what Steve and Robert have brought in DFY themes. I put a theme up. I can see now on the back end what things are doing, how they're working. I can tweak and play around with it. I back my site up just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that. Oh, I broke it. Restore. Now I'm going to change that. Oh, that worked. Now I'm going to play with that. Oh, that's good. Oh, hang on, I've messed it up again. Better restore it again. You know, and as long as if you're doing a major mess around with your site, do a backup first. WP Vivid's free. All-in-one migration up to a certain file size is free. And so, you know, that's what we're here. That's what this is all about. You know, is, you know, if me and Robert didn't make another penny, but we supported everyone after that, and we got people getting results, that's a good thing, you know. And that's why we set this up, because of my frustrations with people letting people down, you know. And I mean, it's great. You know, I was reading just some of the comments in here. You know, Barry said your support and backup is the best I've ever experienced. Mark has said in here, as a newbie, I agree, Stephen has been awesome. You've got to stop that, Mark, because my head won't fit at my office door.
I got a door stretcher.
Paul says definitely great support. Barry said to you, Ray, well done. And you know, so it's this encouragement for people.
I got a quick question for Ray. You put up 5 sites. This must have taken at least 24 hours.
Heck no, it only took me about 30 minutes.
For all 5 sites?
For all 5 sites. Yeah. Well, what I did, like you said, man, I just took them and I used a Vivid.
He's beat my time. I've done. I did one in about 15 minutes last time I checked.
No, it takes about, for 5 sites. I did them one right after the other, because I had all the URLs already and everything, and I just pointed my my name host over to my hosting account, and I just built the sites. Just put them over there with WP Vivid, and but they're not done because I still
you're 100%. You're 100%. They're not done, but they're on the Google timeline.
Yeah,
they're going to get noticed.
Yeah,
and you're going to continue to fix the on-page SEO for your basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
The images and so on and so forth. Now, I will forewarn you, Ray, that take it. I don't know your experience level with MPP, but take it slow about changing X fields and spin text until you really understand what's happening, because we have a lot of interlinking parts in each of the X fields.
I know.
Fair enough.
Like Stephen said, if I'm going to mess with any of that, I'm just going to make a copy of the site before I even do that.
Yeah.
No, you do that, but what we have done, to be completely transparent, is certain people in our groups have done the training. They understand the builds, and they've moved to another level of understanding not only the DFY Magic Themes builds, but MPP in general, right? So they wanted to niche down or change some things, and we've gone on calls with them and showed them where they need to go and what they need to do. So rather than being on your own, at that time when you're ready, we can make those changes or show you how the interlinking is working in the background. Because at the end of the day, remember, it's like taking a car, buying a car, bringing it home, going in the garage, and start taking apart the engine because you think you're going to make it go faster, right? Don't do that right away. Use the car, put the gas in it, go to the store, use it for what it's for, and then learn as you go. And building 5 sites, going in and doing the SEO, and then you start to see what's going to work, what's not going to work, tweaking it to be the sites that you want them to be. There's no problem with that. But
Yeah.
like you said, have the backup,
Mm.
do it. You raise the support tickets with your questions. Don't think that we don't answer them. We get to them as soon as we can. But the reality is, it's taking action and building. This can be done. You can have a digital empire, and it doesn't take that long to build them and keep building them.
Yeah,
Now,
like you said, the hardest part is the content. I mean, just
the content
that's
sucks.
on the site would have taken me weeks or even months to create all that content. But doing this, the title tags and the SEO and the changing the images and putting the alt tags, that's simple stuff. I could have that site, one of the sites, I could probably do one a week, have it completely done with the SEO and everything.
And the cool thing with that as well is the fact that each site you put up, you just dip into the back end and delete the spin text cache, and it's a new version, and that's the great thing about it. And then tweak a few bits and pieces, and it ends up being a completely different site,
Yeah.
And now what I'm going to do, just before we carry on talking, I'm going to be cruel now, because the free groups, it's time to say goodnight to them, unless there's anything else you want to add, Robert, right now.
Well, it's about a community. It's about getting the help you need when you need it. It's about taking action. I mean, I think I answered a couple chats maybe that Ray had put in, a couple questions here or there, but I don't know Ray. I didn't know Ray a week ago, but we've had this is my second call with Ray, right? Steven might have had more calls with him, but I didn't. But at the end of the day, Ray's now my friend. He's part of the community. He's taking action, and he's building sites, right? And it doesn't matter. The thing is, take action and make this work and share. It's about good karma. Now, Ray, I don't know if you have even heard about our MPP training course that we're doing. Have you been on it? Have you registered?
The Sunday course, right?
We're talking. We're going on week 2 this Sunday.
Yeah, I seen the first one. Yep.
Oh, good. So you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So, how did that help you?
The training course on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of bits and pieces in that. I mean, I knew a lot of what you were talking about, but there were some bits and pieces in there that actually helped me before I talked to you guys in the middle of the week this week. Because I already had the plugin. I was already messing around with it on other websites and stuff. So the training actually helped me do some things in some of the other websites that I was building. And God, if I would have known that it was going to happen like that with Divi, I would have never done any of these sites on Divi. I like the cadence. I love the cadence now. You said it would take, a little bit, because I remember you saying, Robert, that you didn't like it at first and that you were hesitant. But I've only been using it for a couple of days, and I love it already.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We were building so much in Elementor that it became so familiar to me that when I first got into Cadence, it was like somebody tied my hand behind my back, and I can't use my mouse.
Exactly.
But once you figure it out, it's so much simpler.
Yep.
But that's fantastic, Ray, and I look forward to your success. I look forward to all the things that you're going to do, and share your experiences, because
I will. And anybody out there that needs help, just contact me. I'm willing to help anybody. People
don't always believe the guys that are talking on camera. It's third-party recommendations that become the reality, and that's what's important. And that I appreciate you coming on this call and saying that to people, especially what you just said. It's like reaching out, and that's how Defiers are across the board. I guarantee you, anybody in the Defiers group that you would reach out to them, they would answer your questions if they could, or they would say, I don't know the answer to that. You better talk to Steven or Robert or whatever, but that's how this community is. We are building on these calls, Ray. When we go to the quiet side and we're no longer live to everybody, that's when the real golden stuff comes out. The golden nuggets get shared, the wins of what they figured out this week. You can't always share your success formulas with the world, because if everybody knows it, then it's not a success formula anymore. It gets beat down. But thank you, Ray, and I appreciate you and everyone that supports us.
So guys, stay where you are, Ray, because I'm going to ask you something after we say goodbye to the free groups. If you want to get on the free MPP training, it's dfymagicthemes.com/MPP free, FREE. And you can go and sign up there. And we also email out the link for the replay off the back of that. And we're most grateful for those that have been on the Sundays. Even more training coming up with that. Lots of exciting things to come. But we are now going to say good night to everyone in the free groups. I'm going to play a little jingle to give me a chance to go and press some buttons over there. And so everyone's wave night to the free groups. So they're going to miss out. They should go to dfymagicthemes.com/live for you.
Wow. Stephen, I gotta say, I love those timers. I think that it's just a great